Happy Friday, everyone! And here in California, we are in a major winter storm. And we have 6 days of rain right now. We're on day 2 and already have had a flash flood warning on my phone. Now, the flash flood does not affect where I live, so don't worry about that. But yeah, it is bad out there. It is just raining cats and dogs. We have a wash that's right behind the property, and I'm just not even going to go down there to see how much water is flowing because it's just too wet and miserable outside. Anyhow, my garden will love it. So, what I want to do today is some happy mail. So the first happy mail I got, and I forgot to do it in the last video, so sorry, is I got a Valentine's card from Valerie at Valerie's Cuddly Cat Crochet. And it's a Valentine and Christmas card. So thank you so much, Valerie. And then I have a second one. Hang on just a second. This is what happens when you're not prepared and you don't have everything right at your side. So this one, I won't show the front, I'll just show the back. But this is from Sharon Cloud. And I'm going to put her YouTube right below in the description. And please go subscribe to her if you haven't. She is an amigurumi designer. And yeah, just go subscribe to her, please. So she sent me a little something. I had sent her something like a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, and it was the yarn from a kit. It was from that Nutcracker kit, and so she sent me a little something back, so I'm just going to open it right now. Love getting happy mail. I don't actually get very much mail. I have to order something to get mail. Okay, so let's just see what it is. Ah, look at this. It's a penguin. And penguins are like my favorite thing ever. Thank you so much, Sharon. Oh man, look at those tiny little stitches. Woo! Tiny stitches. I think she uses DK weight, maybe even some number 2 yarn. Of course, I'm all number 4 yarn, but see, that would kill my eyes to work on with yarn that small. But I love him, Sharon. He will stay with me. So, thank you so much, Sharon. Everybody, go subscribe to Sharon's channel. Okay, I have one finished object, which I forgot to show in the last video that it was a whip. And I feel really badly that it took me so long to finish this whip because I started it probably last September, and I even said in a video way back then that, oh, my next video is going to be finished. But it wasn't finished. It just got put in a bag, and I finally said, oh, for crying out loud, and I finished her. And here she is, Queen Elizabeth. So I will link the Etsy pattern below. I will say that I added extra rows down here because it just seemed like the Queen wouldn't want her knickers showing. So I don't know, sometimes like the pictures that you get will not be full, just front on like this. They'll be a little bit down. So you can't really see where this ends up. And I wish more designers would take just a full, just square front picture. Anyways, she's done. I didn't sew her hat down because she's just going to sit in my china cabinet with my English china. So she's going to be fine. Nobody's going to bother her. Okay, now I have another whip. that I didn't mention in the last one. And I'm starting to work on it again. I'd show you, but then that's going to take away the surprise. But I can show you part of it that's done. You'll see this. Let's see, let me just get it a little squared away here. This little jacket. And this white yarn is Pipsqueak white. And that's not what the pattern maker was recommending to do, but you know, sometimes you can just say, yeah, I would prefer to use Pipsqueak for that furry look. So probably you could use like some of that faux fur to do something like this if you're making a little Santa jacket. But anyways, Pipsqueak is nice, and plus it feels so nice to work with. But it's impossible to know where your stitches are after the first row. These sleeves have 3 rows, and by the third row, I was just guessing. I have no idea where the stitches were. It's like, oh, put my hook in here. There's a space. Okay, we'll do it. So, yeah, that's working with Pipsqueak yarn. And speaking of yarn, okay, this is the old label Craft Smart. This is a Never Enough skein. I still have 8 of these skeins. So, yeah, Craft Smart. And I'm actually using it to make an amigurumi right now. And I had a smaller ball of it, but I'm going to have to dig into one of these. I got all those, these, back when they were discontinuing them at Michael's, and they had them on sale for $2.37 each, and I bought 24. And I used a whole bunch of them up making little bears, and I don't really make the little bears anymore, but obviously I've gone through 16 of the skeins, so now it's time to put them to use in other amigurumi. And I just purchased a book. I was gonna maybe do another amigurumi book tag thing, but and I will. I have one more book that I'm waiting on from Amazon. Might be here tomorrow. But I was watching somebody else's amigurumi book tag, and this book came up. And what really came up was this little Sherlock shrew right there. Oops, right there. And of all things, the shrew is named Benedict. Now, you know that cannot be a coincidence that she named this shrew, even though it doesn't say it, she named it after Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Sherlock. So I know that this person, her name is Irina Lee. She's a Sherlock fan. Anyways, so I'm working on him. I've only got the head done, and it just so happens that it matches the color of this Craft Smart yarn, which is beige, and it's like a tone lighter than the Red Heart Super Saver beige. So just a shade lighter. And that's one of the reasons why I went for it, was because I kept buying the beige from Red Heart, but it got kind of expensive with as many little bears as I was making. Hang on, I'm going to go get one of my little bears and I'm going to show you. And we're back. Okay, this is based on Sharon Oyala pattern. It is partly her Dress Me bunny and partly one of her bears. And basically it's just I put the bear ears on the bunny, and as I showed in the last video, you know, I did a back loops only row, and then I put a skirt on it, and the shoes are hers, but there are other parts of this are not hers. Okay, so this was one of her patterns, except, you know, I did the skirt. This one I did as my little strawberry bear. Somewhere there's a hat to it, but I didn't dig it out of the bin in time. So this is made with that Craftsmart beige. So yeah, I made so many of these, so many bears. And for a while I was doing some in themes, like I did a candy corn bear, and I did a watermelon bear, and all kinds of bears. And I created little flip-flops for some of them, and yeah, that's about the extent of my creating things for bears, or for any amigurumis, just, you know, just little dorky things. So, let's see, what else? Hang on while I think about it for a second. Okay, so I guess this is just a short video. If you're new to this channel, thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you stick around. And if you feel so inclined, please give this video a thumbs up because it helps. And I'll talk to you all soon. Stay safe in the weather out there and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.